Those of you in the Christian Truth community will understand this video very basically and very easily. Those of you not in that community, you might have a hard time believing this and not understanding all the links here. You might not put it all together and realize exactly what I'm showing. In 2015 is when God pulled me out of my old life. I asked Jesus Christ if he was true and real, and I wanted to know the meaning of life. Instead of giving up on my life, I wanted to research the truth, and it definitely was divine intervention, because so many of us were like, hey, the internet, that's pretty good. There's bad stuff out there. People can use it for evil, but people can use it for good, for exposing, for fellowship. YouTube, Google, and other social media, we can connect with people around the world. I get comments from people, hey, from this country. Hey, brother, I'm from this country. That is amazing. That is something wonderful that I like to take part of. We can fellowship with people around the world. It is a good thing. But again, the internet is not all good. People can use it for evil, of course, in this fallen world we live in. So on screen is a very famous person who has passed away. I will leave it to you to think of where he is at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Aleister Crowley. Have you heard that name? He's an occultist. He's a Freemason. He was these things. He has passed away. He was known as 666 the Beast, one of the most evil, satanic, influential people to live in the last many years. He has many books that people still read and acknowledge and like nowadays. He's seen here dressed up with the leopard print in Egyptian pharaoh garb. Egypt and God didn't exactly get along in the Bible if you've read it. You know Mr. Crowley from Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne is a very clear Satanist. He doesn't hide it. His most famous band is Black Sabbath. The Sabbath is a day to keep holy if you're under the law. Black Sabbath is an evil version of that. It's very clear to see. What does Ozzy Osbourne say about Mr. Crowley, Aleister Crowley? Mr. Crowley, what went on in your head? Oh, Mr. Crowley, did you talk to the dead? When you're talking to the quote-unquote dead, you're talking to demons masquerading as dead people and famous dead people and famous relatives of yours. If you go to a psychic or a medium or any of that, if they're doing actual mediumship, they are conversing with demons and not your dead relatives. This is a deception. Anyways, Mr. Crowley, did you talk to the dead? Your lifestyle, to me, seems so tragic. With the thrill of it all, yeah, that's a good way to put it. You fooled all the people with magic. Yeah, you waited on Satan's call. People look at rock and roll and they go, they're just being edgy. AC/DC, Highway to Hell, they're just joking around. They don't mean it or anything. But in fact, they do. Mr. Crowley, you waited on Satan's call. That's the lyrics to that song by Ozzy Osbourne, the clear Satanist, Black Sabbath. Please put it together. Aleister Crowley is featured on one of the most famous, the best album of all time, according to Rolling Stone or whatever, the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. There's Aleister Crowley amongst the people that they admire. They admire these people they put on the cover. There's gurus and whatever, and there's Aleister Crowley, one of the most satanic, influential people that's lived in the past many years. Here is John Lennon of the Beatles. He's a working class hero, right? Except he's doing one eye symbolism here. He's hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. He's hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. His most famous solo song is the song Imagine. I remember liking that song, and as a class in grade 6, I sang this song from start to finish with my grade 6 elementary class. What does it say? It starts off by saying, imagine there's no heaven. Oh, isn't that a great thing? Honestly, people don't think about this. They just repeat after me. They just repeat after the song. It's a good song. Nice piano. Sounds nice. John Lennon, the open Freemason and Satanist, says, oh, remember when the Beatles said they're bigger than Jesus Christ? Just saying. Imagine, the lyrics. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. So there's no heaven, there's no hell. Everyone's just living for today, which is New Age thought, and no one just lives for today. We need to think about eternity and where we want to spend it. Spend it, heaven or hell. We must think about this. The world is so brainwashed that they praise this song as a good song, and it's like, oh, it's so great. John Lennon, he's a working class hero. He has songs about flat earth, by the way, watching the wheels spin round and round. I got off the merry-go-round. That's the spinning ball earth. The earth doesn't spin. It's motionless. It's domed. Aleister Crowley says in a quote, "A white male child of perfect innocence and intelligence makes the most suitable victim. Oh, we should follow this guy and listen to him. He's talking about raping and murdering children. That's a good thing." He does the vow of silence here. He has a book on yoga. You know yoga, that's popular with soccer moms nowadays and everyone perhaps. Yoga is an antichrist thing to do. You are doing gestures that are antichrist. You are opening yourself up to demons. You may not believe that right now, but please do your research about it. He has another book on yoga. You know, the Satanist, the open Freemason Satanist, has another book on yoga. And here's the Freemason compass. Probably just a coincidence. Aleister Crowley, a very irregular Freemason. And if you go down and you read a little bit, the general public viewed Aleister Crowley as a potentially dangerous drug addict who practiced the dark arts of black magic, was sexually immoral, and a controlling figurehead with a taste for Satanism. He was frequently referred to as the Great Beast 666 and a sobriquet mind that he had labeled himself with. Oh, the reality, however, he was a different guy. He was an accomplished mountaineer and a bunch of propaganda from the Freemasons. Here's Aleister Crowley doing some kind of pose that I'm not sure. Here's a pentagram and a circle, and he's got the Eye of Horus illuminated on his hat there. The Eye of Horus is the eye of Lucifer. Horus is just an Egyptian god. All of the false gods are part of Lucifer, part of Satan. He's got the Eye of Satan illuminated because they believe they have enlightenment, but they do not. It's the false light of Lucifer. That goes in hand with the Uttara Bodhi Mudra that I show all the time. Here is a picture that he drew of an alien, in quotes. This is a demon. He channeled this. He did channeling and automatic writing. He channeled this deity. This is a demon in the last days because the earth is flat, motionless, and domed and biblical. Aliens do not come from outer space, and they're not aliens. They are demons masquerading as that. And the world doesn't believe in Jesus, but they believe in aliens and outer space and space stuff. They will be deceived. Ultimately, the rapture will happen, all these Christians will be gone, and the world will be left with alien deception. Aliens are demons and fallen angels. Jimmy Page, the guitarist of Led Zeppelin, very famous, he bought Aleister Crowley's house. Here he is with the sign of success on his hand, which is A-OK, right? Or is it 666? Did you know Jimmy Page wrote the soundtrack to, oh, what's that there? The Eye of Horus again? Illuminated, just like Aleister Crowley's hat was? This must just be a huge coincidence. Lucifer Rising is a film by Kenneth Anger. Here's Kenneth Anger. He has Lucifer tattooed on his chest. Probably a good guy, good Christian guy, right? Jimmy Page did the soundtrack for this, or didn't do it. He was scheduled to. I think he did it. And it says right there, soundtrack by Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. It's the Eye of Horus in the triangle, illuminated, right? Come on, people. And Led Zeppelin is way out in outer space. There is a firmament dome on the motionless earth. There is waters above, and there are heavens above. God our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ are literally above us. There's no outer space ever expanding with black holes and other so-called places to land on. All of the so-called planets are the wandering stars, and they are not something to land on. There's no terra firma to land on. They are lights in the sky, just like the stars. There's the stars in the constellations that are fixed, and there's the wandering stars that wander throughout space, quote-unquote. There is no outer space. There is a firmament dome and waters above and heavens above and God above, literally. Why do they fake space? Because they want to take the image of God being right above us out of the world. They want to disprove the Bible because the Bible says we live on a motionless flat earth with God right above us, heavens above. If you Google Hebrew earth, that's what the earth is. Earth is creation. Creation isn't the universe out there. Earth is creation. And all that other stuff in space is inside the firmament dome. Again, a lot of people will have a problem with this video. They'll think I'm arrogant. They'll think I'm talking out my butt or something, to put it lightly. They'll think I'm just lying or a conspiracy theorist or whatever. Or is there a chance that I've been saved by Jesus Christ because I researched the meaning of life? Instead of giving up on myself, in quotes, I decided to turn my life around and research the truth, to know the truth, to be comforted by it. Jesus Christ, are you real? On my hands and knees crying in desperation? That's what I did. Did you do that in your life? Have you been broken to the point of almost no return? Because I have. That's why I get sarcastic in these videos. I've been doing this for years. I'm not wasting my time. There's brothers and sisters that agree with this, and we're all learning together. The world is biblical. Jesus Christ is God. He died on the cross, shed his precious blood, was buried, then resurrected 3 days later, according to the scriptures. It's the meaning of life to know and understand that and what that means for your salvation. The world is too busy doing this, that, and the other. Oh, I got to watch the tennis game. I got to go play golf and blah, blah, blah. This is just some things I'm representing. This is just some things I'm talking about. I mean, people can do what they want with their lives. I'm not trying to be overly judgmental. I'm showing signs, symbols, and agendas, trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together so people go, wow, the world is biblical and Jesus is God. That's important. Should I go to church on Sunday and let someone else teach me the Bible? And again, I like pastors and preachers. Not all of them, that's for sure, but some of them have good doctrine, the true doctrine, and I listen and learn from them. I need to learn, and I want to keep learning forever. I don't have this all figured out. But if I sound sarcastic, if I sound irritated, it's because I've been living a life for the past many years like that, because so many people don't understand what the plain truth is. Some of it's been hidden in plain sight. When I talk about flat earth and outer space, people roll their eyes and get all verklempt. They should research what the world is. Honestly, it's deep. It's not surface level. The truth is deep. It's soul deep. It's your soul and salvation. It's the deepest you can go. There's a rabbit hole to fall down when you get into all these conspiracy theories. A lot of conspiracy theories are actually true and they're satanic if you research properly and research with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength and have a relationship with Jesus, a prayer life, and read the Bible because it's the truth. Too many people don't bother doing that. They don't want to do that. It's crazy and weird to them. I don't want to be called a conspiracy theorist, they say. That's too bad. The world is brainwashed, and it's a shame. And many people will be deceived in the next coming years. Christians will be raptured and not have to deal with this stuff anymore. I look forward to that day. I am a Christian. I am a born-again Christian. I don't have it all figured out. I don't know every answer to everything. That's never what I'm saying. I am a flawed human being that sins from time to time. It pains me when I sin. I absolutely hate sin in my life and in the world. No one is perfect. We're in a fallen state. We're in a fallen world. But the future with God is great. I want people to understand the future. I want them to know that they're going to heaven or hell. It's not up to them, it is up to them to have faith in Jesus Christ or to not have faith in Jesus Christ and be on your way to hell. These things exist even if you say to yourself, I don't believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in Satan. That's unfortunate because they're still true with your wrong opinion. Brothers and sisters, everyone else, God bless you.